Hey guys, it's Lexi. What's up? Welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited for today's video because it is so highly requested. I'm going to be doing a stretching tutorial at home. Something really simple, super basic for everyone to do. Stay tuned for all my little tips and tricks on how to get more flexible and how to get better body control at the same time. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is a warm up right before we stretch. I like to kind of work out my muscles, just kind of get prepared to go into these intense stretches, and I just think it's super important to always do a pre-warm-up before you stretch. The first thing I'm going to do is zombie kicks. Put my hands on my hip and I really slowly just kick 10 times on each leg with a flex foot out in front of me, and you should feel it like right underneath here. Just 10 on each leg, and then I'm going to go down into what is called a needle kick with a pointed toe at the top, making sure I'm still having really good body control. I'm going to go zombie kick, and then I'm going to reach down really close to my foot and go needle kick, and then stand up. Then I'm going to do zombie kick, needle kick, heel stretch. I'm going to go zombie kick, same thing, down to a needle kick, reach close. I'm going to stand up super tight, and then kick a heel stretch at the end, and then clean. Same thing on the other side, zombie kick, needle kick, stretch. After that, you're going to go into a heel stretch, lunge, lean, then clean. Front stretch, I'm going to lean into my lunge, making sure my back leg is still straight and my hips are squared. And then I'm going to lean over and then clean. If I'm kicking my left foot, I'm going to go into my left lunge and then reach over my hip with my right arm. So it goes left, left, right, or right, right, left. Then I'm going to go into what is called over the front, where I can put basically a cup on my knee and it wouldn't fall. You want it super flat. Over the back, grab with both hands, and then you're going to pull scale. And I'm going to go over the front on this side, over the back. I'm going to pull scale super slow. After I'm done with those, that's basically all I'm going to do for my warm-up, and then I'm going to get into stretching now. What I'm going to do first is get into a right leg lunge. I'm going to put my hands on my hips, pushing my hips forward, and my back leg is straight. I'm going to hold this for 10 seconds. Then I'm going to put my left arm on the ground. I'm going to reach around and grab my back toe. You can see it right there. And I'm going to pull it as close to my back as possible. A straight leg, nose to my knee. Reach past my toes. Now I am in my split. My hips are still facing forward. I'm going to kind of walk my arms backwards and look for my back toe while still keeping this back knee turned under. Now I'm going to reach forward. Now we're going to switch our legs. So we're going to go into our left leg lunge. My back leg is straight. My heel and my knee are in line with the ceiling. Hold this for 10 seconds. Right hand on the ground this time. Reach around, grab my back toe, pulling it close to my back, keeping your chest up as much as you can. Now I'm going to slide into my split, making sure my hips are still facing you guys. Back knee tucked under, both toes pointed. I'm going to reach in front for 10 seconds and hold this. Now I'm going to turn to my middle split, and I'm just going to rotate my hip, keeping my legs in a straight line, put my arms in a T motion. Hold this for 10 seconds. And then I'm going to walk through my hips and try and get to a middle split, just to make sure I'm like rolling my hips out, and also make sure I'm really stretching for when you pull bow and arrows and all of those body positions. I'm going to climb through. I'm going to keep my hips on the floor the whole time. And then I put my feet back together. Same thing, backwards. Roll my hips on the floor. You don't want to ever let your hips come off the ground. Same thing. I do this like 3 to 5 times. We're gonna start over stretching. I'm just gonna take this block, put it on the ground. I'm gonna put this pillow on top of it. You can use like a mat, or if you have a couch at home and you're really flexible, do that, or stack pillows. You're gonna hold this split 30 seconds to a minute. Make sure you're not pushing yourself past your breaking point, but again, it should be stretching and you should feel it working. I'm gonna hold my hands on my hips for 10 seconds. I'm gonna reach forward for 10 seconds, and then I'm gonna walk backwards for 10 seconds. Now I'm going to switch my leg, left leg split. I'm going to do the same exact thing on this side. Now I'm going to turn and rotate to my middle split. Now I'm going to sit in a pike. I'm going to reach forward, grabbing my toes, trying to reach past my toes if possible. You really want to try and get your face and your knees. Now you're going to walk your arms backwards behind you. I'm going to show you that one from the side so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm going to walk my arms backwards like this. So I'm really stretching my shoulders. You want to try and keep your hands as close as possible. The next thing I'm going to do is called a reverse split. And I'm going to put my back leg on it, but you want to be right under your knee so you can keep your back leg straight. And then you're going to do the same thing. So right leg split. This really helps with scorpions and really pushing this hip down. You'll feel it right here. So I'm going to hold this one, walk my arm backwards, try and lift from my back foot for 10 seconds, reach forward, and then hands on my hips for 10 seconds. Same thing on the other side. These are my least favorite, but that's okay. It has been so long now since I've stretched and I'm so sore already. I'm gonna be so sore tomorrow. But the first push I'm gonna do is on my hands, and I'm gonna try and get my knees and my feet together. Hopefully I can do it for 10 seconds. Really making sure I'm pushing my chest that way. Once I'm upside down, you wanna push it away from your feet. I'm gonna do like 2 sets of those. I am going to lay flat on my back, and I'm gonna take my right leg. I'm gonna cross it over, left arm across. I'm gonna try and hook underneath my foot and look all the way towards that door. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. Take it up and over. I'm gonna take my right leg. I'm gonna pull it towards my face without letting my hips come out. I'm gonna try and keep it as close to my face as possible. Same thing on the other side. I'm gonna do some arm circles. I'm going opposite ways, and then the same thing. Cross back and forth, twist side to side. Grab my right arm, pull my elbow, breathe, and you want to straighten it. Same thing on the other side. By the way, you guys, I am not naturally flexible. All of these things really do not feel good on my body. It's definitely really hard for me. So if you're like, I'm not one of those naturally flexible girls, I cannot just bend my back and pull a straight leg scorpion, so I understand. I just want to let you guys know it's been a long time. So if it looks like I'm struggling, I'm struggling. The next thing we're going to do is scorpion kicks against the wall. So I'm literally just going to go up to this door and kick my leg 10 times on each leg. Now that I did 10 kicks on each leg, I'm gonna do scorpion stretches in between the door. I'm gonna try and lock out my arm and really get my leg as straight as possible, pushing my leg up and trying to get my hips on the wall. And then I'm gonna push myself closer, bend my leg, so my toes like almost by my head. Okay, now that I'm done with that, I'm gonna do what's called a rope climb. I'm gonna put my right arm on the wall. I'm gonna grab my left foot like this on top of my toe. I'm gonna pull and try and get my elbows together on the wall. And then I'm gonna pull, trying to get that toe touching the wall. You do that like 5 to 10 times. So now what I'm doing is called a rope climb, and I'm gonna keep my chest on this wall. I'm gonna put my right arm on this wall. I'm gonna grab with my left arm on my toe. I'm gonna pull and try and get my elbows together on the wall. And then I'm gonna reach to the ceiling and pull and hold for 5 to 10 seconds. You're gonna do that for like 5 to 10 times on each leg. I would definitely stretch your opposite side just to make sure you're stretching both sides, even if it's not perfect. So here's another drill that's like super helpful for me for my heel stretches. You can either swing back or you can just start standing. I put my left hand on the wall and I'm gonna kick with my left leg instead of standing on my right. So you're gonna kick and you're gonna hold by your ear for 10 seconds. Then you're gonna drop it, or you can go to counts like 5, 6, 7, swing 1, kick 3, hold 5, 7, clean 1. Same thing on the other side too. And just grab however your coaches or your gym tells you to grab. Some people grab in the front of their foot and some people grab on top, just depending what your technique is taught to you. Same swing kick drill for your scorpion. Just swing forward and then kick back to try and grab that scorpion and then lift up to the ceiling. And then I would do the same thing on the other side also. So the last thing we're gonna do is body positions. And I'm gonna do on both sides for my front and then just the left leg for my back, and then you're done. I recommend doing both on all of them, but there's no way I could do my other side today because I barely do my good side right now. So I would recommend doing both, but just for body position purposes, I'm just gonna show you guys the basic general body positions and how I pull them. First is a heel stretch, and you wanna just kick, and you wanna grab the middle of your foot, and you wanna lock out both legs, top and bottom, and you wanna lift to the ceiling. You don't wanna push your hips forward at all. Don't sink into your hips. none of that. You don't want to be on your toe, on your heel, really flat-footed. If you struggle with your ankle rolling, I recommend like spreading your toes apart and like trying to really squeeze your ankle. So I'm gonna kick my stretch. Now I'm gonna kick a front stretch, and you can either grab in the front like this, or you can grab on top like I like to, because when you pull through for a bow and arrow, it's too hard to pull through if your hand is in front. Personally, that's what I think, but however you do it, definitely keep doing the way you do. You want to make sure you're lifting up to the ceiling and you're like in a tube, everything is long and it's being pulled up. Oh my gosh, I'm out of breath. Really point your toe, lock your bottom leg, don't let your hip turn out, don't let your bottom foot turn out. Make sure you're practicing good technique every time. Practice makes perfect, and the more you practice a good habit, the more likely the bad one will go away. Okay. And then I'm gonna pull through, and really I'm just thinking about pulling this leg to my ear, and I'm gonna get into a T motion. You want your elbow to touch the back of your knee. If not, you want your knee to be like on the back of your arm. Really just lifting up to the ceiling. Don't move your chest down. Don't let your leg pull you out. Keep your arm in control. We're gonna go to the opposite leg. So I'm gonna kick the same way, grabbing in the middle of my foot, lifting, pulling this as close to my ear as possible. And I think if you don't sink into your hip, it's a lot easier. So push-ups forward because your bottom leg will bend. Lift to the ceiling. Really squeeze your foot really tight. Same thing, you can either grab the front strips like this on both hands, or you grab it on the side, lift. Now I'm gonna go to a scale. I put my hand in my pocket. Or for everyone else, it would be really with this, you wanna make sure your hip bones are almost facing the ground. So I grab my pocket and my ankle, I'm gonna push my hips facing the ground, locking this leg, and then go to high V. Now I'm gonna pull a scorpion, just like if I was on that wall doing the rope climb. I'm gonna grab the back of my toe, reach over, switch my hand on top so my hands are close together, and then I'm gonna pull. Oh my gosh. It's hot. Now I'm gonna kick a scorpion. First thing you wanna do is make sure you're not reaching for your leg, because otherwise your leg's not gonna come up to you. You wanna kick that leg really hard up to your head, and then put your arms right here, ready to grab. This is the position you want to be in when you kick your scorpion before you pull to a straight leg. Unless you just kick straight up, then obviously do that, or whatever your coaches tell you to do. I'm going to show you how to bend open to scale. I wrap my hand back to my ankle, and then I open for a scale arabesque. You're going to reach backwards, put your arms in a T motion, toe up. You want to make sure that back toe is pulling up to the ceiling. You're lifting everything up in your chest, helping lift too at the same time. And that is it for body positions. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I know it's a lot of info to take in, a lot of stretching. I know I'm kind of out of it right now, but that is what I used to do on the daily, and it really helps if you are struggling with flexibility and body control. All of these drills and stretches will really help with that. Pinky swear. So with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching my stretching tutorial at home. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's so highly requested. Let me know in the comments if you need anything else. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Bye guys, see you in the next one.